Hi guys, welcome back to Random Thoughts. I am the D Marie, and we are here once again with my good friend Kia. Welcome, Kia.
Hi.
So I wanted to talk to you about a Reddit story I recently heard. And I know Reddit, like not all the stories on there are true, but this one like really touched me.
Okay.
Let me just tell the story, okay? So basically, this girl got her period.
Yeah.
Her mom wasn't around, her sister wasn't around. She told her dad. What was I saying? Okay, so she tells her dad, and dad goes out, get the period stuff. It's her first period. Tells mom when mom gets home. Mom's all excited. Yeah. Mom's like, okay, we're gonna throw you a party. Daughter's like, please don't throw me a party. Mom throws a party anyway.
Yeah.
Daughter comes to dad and is like, hey, can you save me? Mom threw a party anyway with like neighborhood people. Dad goes down, takes everything down. Mom trying to say this isn't fair, this is not cool. Dad lets everybody know that mom did this against daughter's will. Everyone's kind of like, oh, mom, you kind of messed up. And comes the daughter's rescue, and mom's just kind of like, oh, well, I really thought you needed a party to be welcomed by the women in your family and everything like that. And she just didn't want it. So I kind of agree in that she didn't want it. You shouldn't have forced it on her.
Right.
But as a person who did have a period party, an accident, I actually didn't hate it. It was awkward. When I got my period, it was a Friday. And I went to school thinking that it was just a spot in my underwear, chucked my underwear, put on new underwear, came home, there was stuff.
Pause. You had new underwear in your pocketbooks, or you had underwear?
No, I hadn't left home yet.
Oh, I was about to say, oh my god.
No, I went to the bathroom.
I was not that smart as a teen to keep underwear. Sorry, go ahead.
No. Well, first of all, I wasn't a teen, I was in elementary school. I know, I was in 5th grade when I got my period.
I'm so sorry.
I know, I was so young. I was like, ugh. Luckily, my mom had to talk with me a lot, so I was expecting, like, I didn't not know what was going on, but I also kind of didn't. I was expecting, like, cut your elbow blood. What was there was just a dark spot. So my brain went, okay, I know it's in the wrong place, but maybe you didn't wipe enough, and it's a doo-doo stain. And so I just took my underwear off and put on new underwear in the morning, and when I came home, it was there again. It's like, I don't know why. Like, I was a pee camel as a kid. I never went to the bathroom at school. I waited till I got home. And when I got home, it was there again. So I pulled my mom to the side because my whole family was visiting. My grandma, my aunts, my uncles. Like, everybody came to town to visit us. And I pulled my mom to the side, and I'm like, Mom, don't freak out. But I'm not sure what's happening. There's something in my underwear. And so she gets all nervous, and I take her in the bathroom, and I show her, and she starts squealing, and I'm like, what is it? And she's like, it's your period. I'm like, oh, okay. So she goes and tells my aunt, who then comes into the bathroom with me, and they watch me put on a pad, and I'm just going, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Please stop. The both of them are just, our baby, she's growing.
Your aunt and your mom in the bathroom with you.
Right. It was so embarrassing. And then they go out and buy a cake, and they get me gifts. My uncle chucks money at me and says, congratulations. He looks so uncomfortable. He's just like, here you go, congratulations. And I was just like, then my grandma starts telling me about douche and keep it clean. And I was like, oh my God. In the living room of our house with everyone.
Just in the 5th grade.
In the 5th grade. Talking about my period. I was just ready to die. Like, it was just like, no. But at the same time, I got cake and presents.
I'm crying because that's the best part. My God. Jesus.
I know. I don't think in 5th grade I would have even thought to tell them, no, I don't want this, because I was a kid, you know, just kind of like whatever. But at the same time, I kind of low-key had fun. I got money thrown at me and cake.
You got money, cake, and presents.
Yeah. I mean, one of the presents was a book. My mom got me a Know Your Body book. Like, it was like an encyclopedia for women.
Okay, yeah.
So she wanted me to have the tools in case there was ever a time I didn't want to talk to her about it. I could just pull it up in the book.
Okay.
So I was just like, huh, that's a nice present.
Yeah.
I like it. But I wanted to know, how did your period go? And did you get a party?
I'm so baffled. Are you asking me this question?
I mean, are period parties normal, or my family just weird?
We're not gonna start that because
yeah, we're very aware we're weird.
Yeah. Listen. Your household didn't operate in the normal constructs of black.
No, not at all.
Black statues.
No.
Because what? I don't think I would have had a period party when I was younger.
No.
However, the way I was raised was that, and I wouldn't say raised, it was more of society and societal standards mixed with, I was raised around a bunch of older people and fire and brimstone type of church. So if it wasn't the blood of Jesus, it was bad. So you know what I'm saying? Like, so for me to mention or even talk about maybe my period or how actually normal it is to have a period as a woman and to celebrate it was not something that we talked about or touched on. We didn't talk about it. We didn't really celebrate it. Because you got a period, you need to make sure you don't stink. You smell like fish. The first time I got my period, and I don't know if my mom knew at the time. I definitely believe my mom was a definite for sure prophet, because the night that she talked to me about it, I remember I was in 7th grade. She talked to me about it, and I was like, period. And I don't know if we talked about it in school. I'm not paying attention to school, so I'm not gonna remember that. But I remember what my mom tells me because I better. You know what I'm saying? But I remember her talking to me about it in 7th grade, the night before I actually got it. So I went to school the next day, and something was like squishy in my underwear and my pants. I'm like, oh, this is weird. I was like, I didn't pee on myself. Then I saw I went to the bathroom, and I had on light colored jeans.
Oh no!
Right. I had on light colored jeans, and I went to the bathroom. It was just a blood fucking murder scene in my underwear.
Oh.
Just like I was like, something's happening. What's wrong with me? My shit's falling out. And it's such a scary thing when you're not prepared, because it's like, am I dying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Am I dying? Yeah. And so like I just remember I got tissue, because now that I realize that's what women usually do, that's what I normally went to. I got a bunch of tissue, I stuck it down there. Yeah. I had to wear the underwear because I didn't have anything else because I was in school. Yeah. And so thankfully I had like a shirt, and I wrapped it around me. And I told somebody, I don't even know how I even went home. I know I told my best friend at the time, her name was Jamie. And she was like, oh, you got your period? And like, I think she had stuff or got stuff for me. And then I went home possibly. That time is a blur. I just remember the traumatic part of it. I don't remember everything afterwards. But for the most part, when I went home, I told my mom. And my mom got me like pads and stuff because she had it. And we didn't talk about like tampons or anything, but like I had pads and I had stuff that would help me. And it was just like, he didn't tell me, but this is going to happen to me so soon. So soon. But that goes into that part of, I think my mom was a prophet, because how are you talking about something that happened the next day?
The next day.
So you knew it was, so, and then that just goes to also show that my mom probably already picked up, because apparently there's a smell that comes with, with your body changing. So maybe she picked up on it. Maybe she smelled like me changing, like I had a different body odor, because I've always been a person afraid to stink. So same. I don't, I will take a shower, I'll make sure I'm clean, I will Lysol and Febreze my body down if I have to. I don't want to stink. So like I've always been clean with that aspect, but like she might have noticed that something changed body wise and knew to talk about it soon, or maybe she had the idea that it was happening and my body was about to change, and she needed to hurry up and say something that make it seem like she didn't say nothing to me or make me prepared. Because I definitely would have been looking at her sideways.
Like, what's going on?
You didn't tell me that this happens to me and I'm still alive?
Yeah.
I'm still alive? But, like, the concept of having a period party, never in my household.
No.
Never even would have crossed my mind because I'm not celebrating my body shedding. I mean, to say it like that, but that's how I felt.
Yeah,
I'm not going to celebrate my body
like
that.
I feel like periods get such a negative connotation. Like, oh, we've got to endure this until we get to menopause, and even then we got to endure menopause. But at the same time, it's like your body is now signaling you that it's ready to procreate. Which, I mean, nowadays in 5th grade,
that's not a thing.
But
maybe in the 1750s. But no, modern day age, no.
But essentially, it's like, hey, your body's saying, hey, you're ready to be a mom. And so it's like, I know that's so to say.
That's so wild to even say out loud.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like my mom just felt like it was something that needed to be celebrated. I know we did the same for Angel. I mean, it wasn't quite the same. Not quite the same, okay? I prepared Angel I prepared my mom. Angel got hers in 5th grade as well. So I told her very young as well because I was worried. I got mine in 5th grade. Two of my sisters got theirs at teens, but I had another sister who got hers at 10. So I just told Angel as early as possible. I'm like, this is what could happen. This is what happened to me. I just need you to know. She got hers at Comic-Con. And we had to do the toilet paper method because I had nothing on me. I'm terrible with being prepared. I did not think it was gonna happen. And as soon as I told my mom, and they actually have websites dedicated to like celebrating periods now. And she bought Angel it's like a period celebration box. It comes with period panties, a cute little like heart keychain that was all rhinestone puffy things, smiley uteruses, stickers. So it was this beautiful box.
And the beautiful box.
And it had pads and like it had all the stuff you would need for your period plus, cutesy things. Yeah. And so I was just like, I love that there is a company out there celebrating, but how many people actually celebrated their period like this? I don't know too many.
It's just the fact that there are companies out there that are celebrating vaginas.
Girl, there are people who cater to everything. When I was getting my hysterectomy, my friends kept telling me, you should have a bye-bye uterus party. I went on Pinterest and Amazon. They have uterus pinatas. They have like T-shirts that say goodbye, period, you're being fired. Like, they have everything.
Bye, you're out of here, you decide. I'm sorry.
I know. I ended up not having it, though, because I was like, I don't hate my uterus. My uterus carried my child and brought her into this world. And
also, your uterus dictate a lot of unnecessary emotions.
Yeah.
That controlled a lot of my thought processes.
That is true.
And my body that I didn't want to do.
Yeah. So here's my question. So you had to talk about your period when you were already a teenager, just before you got it.
Yeah.
How did the sex talk go?
There was no sex talk.
None at all?
Nope.
They weren't worried that, something might happen?
Oh, yeah. My mom was definitely worried, but it was always, don't talk to boys. That's how she helped manage the hormones that were coursing through my body with the, I guess, the loosening of my vagina, lining and everything. That opened up the hormones to my body. Like, I wasn't told anything about boys. I was not given instructions about boys, especially when there was no man in the house. And there was no man in the house, and my mom never kept dudes and running in and out of the house. I never even saw her talk to anybody. I remember her liking somebody really badly. And I remember he was in church and she was like, oh, he's nice, and that was her friend, and he did her dirty. Because I remember they were talking and they were friends, but he ended up finding someone else and he started talking with them while in church. I remember this. And it broke my mom's heart.
Aww.
So I never had any male inclination or any like idea of how to navigate men and sex, specifically sex, but specifically how to navigate men. Because if I understood men, I'd be able to understand how much sex means to not only men but also my interactions with it. So like with men with it. So like I never was taught.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of this was now been trial and error since I've been open to the world at this point. I just know that I was coursing with hormonal angst of just getting it on with someone.
Yeah.
Didn't know what the fuck I'd be doing. Just wanting to do it.
Yeah.
I'm just popping everywhere. Just ain't doing nothing, but I want to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, it was that.
Did you end up having sex young because of like not really been talked about it, or?
I did. I was 18 when.
Okay, well that's not too young.
18, yeah.
Yeah.
It was right after my mom died. It was that year. Which, when I say it like that, it probably sounds as though I waited till my mom died to do it, but I didn't.
Yeah.
My mom died that same year.
It just was like.
It happened because I hadn't processed a lot of stuff. I like. To the point where when my mom died, she died in January, my mom died and literally I worked the next day. I went to work the next day. Yeah, I didn't grieve. I was like, I gotta go to work.
Yeah, that's not healthy.
Yeah, I know. I didn't realize that at the time.
Yeah.
But that was how I was trying to help facilitate, okay, I need to make sure I'm not breaking down. I had my brother and sister at the time.
Yeah.
And, I'm thinking about them, and I'm thinking about how I need to be the woman of the house now, because that's all I knew, because I was a second mom, technically, because I was the oldest. And then to end up not taking care of my brother and sister exactly like my mom said I wouldn't, but it wasn't even my fault. I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I mean, if I think about it to this day, if I think about it to this day, I was not ready.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready to be a mom and have my life devoted to them.
Yeah.
After my mom's death, because that's a lot.
That is a lot, especially on an 18-year-old that just freshly lost their mother. That's a lot.
So yeah, I mean, and that to put down anybody who's had to do that or who's been in that predicament. I just feel like God was like, yeah, no, that's not your ministry. Because there's no telling what type of ordeal I would have to go through or what mental capacity I wouldn't have been able to be in. And I probably would have killed everybody and myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be joking, but at the same time, dead serious.
Like, I know what it's like just being a parent of a little kid. Imagine trying to raise
a brother and a sister,
and the trials you have to go through with them. Oh, whew.
Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's
still work and hold down the house
and figure it out myself by myself. Oh yeah, no. I think God knew what was going on, and I needed to figure out my grief first.
Yeah.
Because the fact that I went to work the next day should have been an indication that I was not processing it.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. To get back to the sex talk, to kind of pull it back to that, no. My mom never talked about it.
Yeah.
I didn't really have a talk. I mean, I learned it in school. Like I said, I don't remember the conversation. I know we learned it.
It's so clinical, though.
It's so clinical, but it's needed because, okay, yeah, we're talking about this is the vagina and this is the penis, and you insert it and you and you make a baby, and they don't talk about how great it is if you find the right penis. And it's just like, honestly, but to be fair, it's one of those things where I wish my mom would have been open, but also again coming back to where I was in my household, Christianity was very heavy. My mom was a minister. She was an evangelist, a minister, and sex was very much shunned. So she didn't want me talking to boys, and that's all I had was as friends were guy friends.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like it was on some sexual shit. It was just
my friends.
That was my friends.
Yeah.
Like I acted like I was a tomboy when I grew up. Before I started living with her, I was doing tomboy shit. I was running this up and down dirt roads on a power wheel.
Yeah.
4-wheeler. I was running in the woods. I was picking up frogs and going fishing and digging in dirt and I was.
Like, don't talk to boys.
I was playing basketball. I was a boy in my mind, but I was definitely a girl.
Yeah.
And so the sex talk wasn't a, I wouldn't say a real thing, but it wasn't a thing.
Yeah. So how have you had the talk with your son?
I tried to a little bit, but not much, because I try to use terms. I was like, you need to go wash your balls. You need to get in there. You need to scrub them, because there's a stench that's unholy that comes from them when you don't. So I have to tell him that. I was like, did you wash behind your balls? Did you spread your cheeks and you wash your butthole? Like I have to use that stuff with him, but like talking about sex, I don't know if he would receive me. If that makes sense. Because I'm the opposite. I'm mom.
Yeah.
And
well, do you have like a guy in his life that could talk to him, like an uncle, a friend that's like an uncle to him?
He has an uncle, but then it's almost like he has uncles, but it's almost like would he be open to listening to him, because that means they would have to have constant dialogue for him to actually listen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like someone close.
So I mean, my uncles are my uncles. They're old school uncles.
Yeah.
They're trying. They are trying. Some of them are trying. I know specifically one is trying. But he has his own thing, and I personally would love to find a male companion to talk to him about sex, but that also means I have to introduce him to my male friends, and I'm very protective of my kid when it comes to male companionship, because most males are. I feel like I'm going off. I'm derailing. Look, I realize when I'm derailing, I see myself like
we're going off the track.
We're going off track here,
okay.
but I'm gonna bring it back. We're gonna jump back on. So, to side note or side story, this like my relationship with a lot of my guy friends. I love my guy friends, like I do. There's not a lot of them that I can say are solid, but I have a handful of solid ones. And I have a handful of ones that, I still talk to and whatever. But, like, to put that on them, to, hey, can you talk to my kid? I don't want to, and this is me overthinking, inconvenience them of making it their responsibility to have the talk that I should be talking about to him.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, it's almost like, hey, this is my friend, da-da-da. He's going to talk to you about putting your penis in a girl's vagina.
I don't know that I would do that with someone he's not used to talking to.
Exactly.
Because, like, I know for Angel, because I was the same. Like, I never brought any men around Angel. Like, if we're talking. Like, the only time Angel met a man is if I'm serious. Like, we're getting serious. We're going into a serious relationship. She meets them.
Right.
And so, which that means outside her father, she's met one person. With really good friends who had really good husbands that were great uncles to her. So, like, my cousin, who she calls aunt, because we're just that close, her husband, who she calls uncle, was always, like, that father figure that stepped in to talk to her about things that fathers should. Even my brother-in-law, eventually, when he married my sister, he and Angel became so close, he became, like, a dad to her. My stepdad is like a grandpa to her, and like she has those guys. I will say I have it easier because I have a daughter, and I'm also a woman. and so we can talk easier. I don't know what that's like to try to talk to my son. My nephew, okay, because he's not my son. He's my nephew, and I'm the fun aunt. We kind of had a talk. I was just like, you doing stuff? And he went, I'm thinking about it.
I'm thinking about it.
And I'm like, all right, well, you just always wear condoms. And he goes, okay. I'm like, okay. Like, that's the end of our conversation. You know, because it's like, right? I'm like, all right. I'm like, what do I tell him? I don't know. One, he's not my son. And two, like, what do I say to him? I don't know. I'm just like, wrap it up. Don't get anybody pregnant. Don't get diseases out here either. Don't do it. My mother scared the crap out of me. And I know she wasn't trying to scare us. She just wanted to teach us. So she would show us books with sexually transmitted diseases. And I remember the first time I saw like a woman who had herpes all over her mouth. I was just like, first of all, I was like 6. So I was just like, how the hell did she get these bumps all over her mouth? And then it clicked. I went, you put that in your mouth? Why do you put that in your mouth? Like my mom was always sex positive though. Like she talked to us about toys. She talked to us about, lingerie, about enjoying sex. And she'd always start every conversation with, I'd prefer if you wait till you got married, but I'm not stupid enough to know you're not gonna do it. And I mean, to the point she even took us condom shopping, showed us the different types of condoms. It was the most embarrassing experience ever. I mean, even more than the period party, because we're in a drugstore near my school where other kids my age were walking around, and we're like middle school age, and we have a cart, and the only thing in the cart is condoms. And she's like, someone gonna push this cart? No! My sister and I, neither one of us are going to push this cart. Like, no, absolutely not. Because we know these are your condoms that you're going to use with daddy, and I don't want to know that. I don't want to know that. But she even went so far as to say, as soon as we got home, this is where I put the condoms. Like, she took us into her room and showed us where they were.
Why?
Well, because this was her reasoning. If you don't feel like you want to tell me when you start having sex, and I want you to be protected, so feel free to come in here and take it. I ain't gonna lie, I did the same with my daughter. I said, look, the condoms are in my room in this basket over here. You don't have to tell me about it. Go ahead and just take it. I want you to know condoms do expire. I didn't learn that till I was like 20 something. So make sure you check the expiration date, okay? So it was always very like positive, even to the point that when I had sex for the first time and I told her about it, she was just like, oh my God, we gotta go get you new lingerie. And I was just like, okay. I mean, I was 19, but still, like I didn't know that would be her response. I thought she'd be mad or disappointed or something, because my mom too was a deaconess at our church. My mom was in charge of the youth group, what is that? Not the people who act, the theater group. My mom was in charge of the theater group. Yeah. And so, like, somehow she married progressive parenting with Christianity and smushed it all together and still made us feel comfortable to talk to her about these things. So it was weird. It's weird. So I try to be very positive with my child, and I just, I've had every talk. I'm like, there's more than just getting pregnant. There's getting diseases. Make sure you wrap it up. Don't always trust him. Buy some condoms. You know what I'm saying? Have condoms. You ain't a hoe because you got condoms in your purse. You're practical. You're making sure you got your stuff. I said, the only thing is, because she's still living home, I don't ever want to hear you having sex. I said, I want you to pretend that I'm not progressive and you got to sneak around. Hell, if you just want to tell me, Mom, maybe you don't want to come home tonight, I'll be fine with that. I don't ever want to actually know.
Because didn't someone catch you?
Yes, I was caught by my dad. It was the most embarrassing thing ever. I mean, he didn't see anything, but he heard me getting very vigorously loud with my baby daddy.
Vigorously loud?
I'm positive, but I'm not that positive. You know what the hardest talk for me was though? Sex talk was fine. Period talk was fine. The hardest talk I had with my kid was the sex toy talk.
Did you have to have that conversation though?
So I was having a talk with my mom and my sister.
Your mom talked you into it?
Yes, my mom and sister talked
Your
me
mom's
into
a bad
it.
influence, bro.
They were like, this is a talk that people don't have enough with their kids. I mean, my mom and I, when I was a teenager, just having sex at 19, we didn't like talk about it, but we kind of, because we went to, she told me about a sex shop downtown, and she's like, you could go get really nice lingerie and some toys there. And it was like, that was the extent of our conversation. Like, you should have toys, go. And so when I was talking to my mom and my sister, they were like, I was saying how, like, I mean, Angel doesn't go out much. We live out here in Raleigh where you can't really catch buses very easy. Like, her friends are homeschooled just like her. And so it was, and she's like, she doesn't have sex, but you better believe she probably has feelings. And I'm like, okay. So they were like, Drea, just bite the bullet, have the talk. And I went, okay. So I'm sitting in the car with her at Lowe's, not the grocery store, but the hardware store, waiting, picking up some stuff. You know, I'm always renovating my house, and I just oh man, oh, this is tough. Angel, you ever think about sex toys? She goes, I do. Think about it. Do you want me to talk to you about it? She can see how uncomfortable I am and everything, and she smiles and goes, yes, I do. I do want you to talk to me about it, Mom. And I'm just like, oh my God.
That's mean.
Okay, so I start to tell her the different types of toys, insertion versus clitoral, and I'm like, do you want one? And oh God, I really don't want to know what you're using.
Just so uncomfortable.
Oh my God, was it uncomfortable? And I'm just like, oh my God. So at the end of the conversation, I'm just like, look, here's my phone. The website's called Adam and Eve. They have lots of different types of toys. I've already explained to you all the different usages and what. Just don't spend more than $40. Here you go. She hands me back the phone after ordering, and I go, okay, I don't actually want to know what it is, but just tell me it's not a tentacle.
Why would you even put that out there? Because who knew there was a tentacle up until this point? Not I. I didn't know tentacles could go in you.
Yes, girl.
Why would
they have everything?
I don't want to know.
And she's into anime, so I'm like, maybe she's into hentai. I don't know. I just like, just don't tell me what it was. I don't want to know. I really don't want to know. Like, I am positive. Okay, I want her to enjoy her sex life. I just don't want to know about it. Don't tell me everything I don't want to know. Okay? So why would you want to buy? But don't tell me about it. I don't want to know. She confirmed it wasn't a tentacle. I was like, okay, that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know.
You told her not to tell you. But you really wanted to know just to make sure your daughter wasn't a freak. See, this is what I'm saying. I would never. I can't.
Oh,
because the moment I found out, and God forbid that my son decides to be like, you know what, Mom, I want to do this, and I want to try to get this toy, and he looks at beads. That's the day. That's the day that I would have to leave this earth.
No, I don't ever want to walk in on her. I don't want to know. I just, like, the most I want to know is that she's enjoying herself. Are you enjoying yourself? I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Is it everything you want it to be? Then good. I don't need to know any more than that. That's it. As long as you're enjoying yourself, there's no abuse, there's no coercion, everything is okay. I'm happy. I don't need to know any more than that. I mean, I've told my daughter about my first time, only to give her information, but I don't go into details.
See, that's I guess for me, I would not mention that to my son because it's a whole different
dynamic. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With sons, it feels different. Yeah. At least I feel that way because I don't have a son. The closest I have is my nephew.
Yeah, who's like your son.
Yeah, but like even with him, I don't think I've ever. The most I've said, like, I like to annoy him and be like, "Yeah, I went on a date. It was nice."
I'm crying.
But also, I feel like I told her about my first time because my first time was coercive and it wasn't 100% not something I wanted to do. It just wasn't in the way that I thought it was going to happen. And so, as a mom, a woman to woman, I told her the story because I'm like, I want you to know so you can look out for these things. Mm-hmm. I'm not really worried about my daughter. She is so good to shut a dude down. There was a guy who asked her out on a date, and I'm like, I tell her all the time, I want to be like you when I grow up. Like, wow. Mm-hmm. There's a guy who asked her out on a date. She felt all flattered because she doesn't think she's that pretty, but she's gorgeous. Yeah. She's gorgeous. Yeah. And he asked her out at Wendy's. He worked at Wendy's. She was waiting there for me to pick her up later, and like they exchanged numbers. They're texting. Eventually, she asked him how old he is. He was like 22. She was 17. I was not comfortable. I was like, yeah, nah. I'm like, you already set the date. You guys are going to dinner. That's fine, but like that's it. I don't feel like more than that. So they're texting, they're talking, and he starts leaving her on red and then just coming back and picking up with a different conversation. And Angel's like, yeah, I'm not okay with this. Like, I'm summarizing, but basically she told him, like, you need to either pick up where we left off or let me know that we'll talk again another time. But just picking up and acting like it's whatever isn't okay. And he writes back, like, you mad at me? And she's like, I just think I deserve respect. And then he does it again, and she just goes, block. Never went on the date. I said, oh, I wish I had that kind of confidence. Because young me definitely would have been like, it's okay. We're just going to go on a date and see what happens. Like, he was just talking, he's texting, it's whatever. Mm-hmm. But she's just like, yeah, no, I'm all right. I don't need to go on a date with someone who can't hold a proper conversation. I was like, I love that. I love this kid. I'm not worried about her.
I love that. But yeah, I love that. I wish I had that type of boldness. Mm-hmm. And even confidence in myself and my worth.
Same.
When I was younger.
Same.
I probably wouldn't have met Fred's dad.
Same. I say the same thing all the time. Angel is 100 times more confident than I was. She's just she inspires me. Mm-hmm. She does. I know she's my baby. I don't know how I instilled so much confidence in her.
Yeah, love that.
But it's there.
It's there.
I think I put the right people around her. That's what I did. I put the right people around her.
And that's what I'm trying to get my son right now, to be around more conscious men and more emotionally stable and conscious men.
Yes.
And like, just, okay, hey, take care of yourself. Da, 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 da. And just like me talking to him, because he's like, I want to talk to women now. I talk to women, girls. And I was like, just focus on yourself. Yeah. I was like, you focus on yourself, the girls will come. Mm-hmm. Because they're gonna be attracted to your confidence.
Yes. And seeing that you're about something, you're working towards something.
And you're about yourself, yeah. Because right now, I may be biased, but my son's pretty handsome.
He is. Girl, I saw that picture you posted. I don't remember where he was going. It looked like a prom, a dance or something. But he looks so fly.
What was he in? Was he in tan shirt?
Yes.
Yeah, that was 8th grade.
I was just like, oh my God.
Didn't he look grown ass?
Yes. I was like, who is this grown ass man, bro?
He was in his Timberland era. Everything was Timberland. He loved them Timberlands.
He's in high school now, right?
He's in 10th grade.
Oh my God.
And he looks more grown than that.
Yes.
Like his back is filling out. I'm
like, you gonna have them girls sniffing around.
Girl, no, because like when Fred, because he wants to get back into sports, so he couldn't join football this year because of last year, some stuff happening. But he wants to try wrestling, so spring we're gonna try out for stuff. If he gets back into it, the boy has athletic legs.
Yeah.
So like he likes the skinny jeans, but he has nice legs.
Yeah.
And he has a nice back, and I'm like, he's going to be a problem when he gets older. Like I'm already looking at him. Yeah. I was like, and the fact that he's becoming more emotionally aware, he's going to be a problem.
Yes, he is going to be sought after, handsome and mature, emotionally mature. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a shot.
You're gonna. You're gonna have a daughter-in-law like that.
Oh yeah, girl, no, Mama. I'm gonna shoot her at. No, I'm not gonna shoot you. You got a lot of people you got to go through, girl. Right. I'm telling you right now, if you're listening, whoever you are, you gotta go through a lot of people.
My son has to work on his goals first.
He's working on himself. Yes. He's working on his goals, but you gotta go through a lot of people before you get to him. I'm just telling you right now.
I hear you.
But yeah.
These kids.
Yeah, these kids.
Grow up so fast.
Girl, I can't. But yeah, I should try to talk about sex with him.
Yeah, even if it's like little things. I definitely use like TV situations a lot. Like, okay, so you know how the dumbass stuff where you be watching and like a guy's cheating on a girl and you turn to your man and you're like, if you did that, I feel like sometimes you could do that with your kid, but be silly about it. Be like, hey, what do you think of the situation? Yeah. What do you think about that? Like, it's an easy way to like break into it and talk about it without being weird about it.
This is true. I like that idea. Yeah. But he doesn't like the same thing I watch. So that'd really be hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. I have caught him though. I have caught him not looking at porn or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it was just, it was on his phone. His old phone. It was just pictures of women with big boobs. And they had the clothes on. They weren't naked or anything.
Yeah.
It was just women with big boobs. And I was like, that's actually pretty wholesome. You're not even looking at naked women. Right? You respect them enough not to look at their naked body, but you're just looking at the shape.
I love it.
He's so sweet.
Yeah, I love it. That's so wonderful. Guys, if you have had the talk with your kids, tell us what you did. I want to know, like, what was the talk like? But with periods, sex, morning wood, let us know. All right, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.